wine pairing, it's what I do for a living. I know, I got the best job in the world, and this week it's definitely the most fun because we're pairing Prosecco. Now I'm gonna pair the Mionetto Valdobbiadene DOC Prosecco. I love it because it's got great acidity and a really soft, creamy mouthfeel, and that makes food fantastic. Now I've actually added some herbs, so I'm bringing the dish into the drink for each of my pairings. I got this idea from the Herb Farm restaurant in Woodinville, Washington, which is right outside of Seattle. So as you can imagine, based on the name Herb Farm, it's all about using fresh herbs. So head to the garden or head to the market and just pick up a mess of them, and it's a really easy way to make a great cocktail. I've got mint, tarragon, basil, and I also have some fresh dill. So here's what you do. You grab the herbs and just rub them between your hands, and that helps to release the oils. And then for this one, I'm using a Spumante Prosecco, Mionetto's Valdobbiadene Spumante Prosecco. Now there are two different ways that Italians classify their sparkling wines for the most common styles. There's either fully sparkling, where there's lots of carbonation, just like you'd find in a champagne, and that's called spumante. A more lightly sparkling style is called frizzante, and you can use either style for making cocktails. My favorite one for this type of cocktail with the fresh herbs inside is definitely the spumante. And the reason for that is those bubbles, the intensity of them breaking at the surface gives you the incredible fragrance of the herbs. Let's check out these pairings because I have basically an entire meal right here, starting with my appetizer. I put a little basil into the Prosecco, and those beautiful bubbles make the basil fragrance just explode from the glass. So why not pair it with some basil in the dish? A little bit of buffalo mozzarella, a nice leaf of basil, a little bit of tomato. That's the appetizer. Let's check it out. And delicious. Taste it with the basil in the Prosecco, and that's fantastic. Oh, beautiful basil flavor, and those scrubbing bubbles just cut right through the fat and creaminess of the mozzarella. It's perfect. When I think of dill, well, I think of fish. In this case, salmon or smoked salmon. Love it with some scrambled eggs, which is a really simple way to do it. Garnish with a little bit of fresh dill, a little bit of salt and pepper. Nothing easier than that. Let's check it out. Let's try it with the wine. That acidity is the perfect counterbalance to the rich, creamy eggs and the smoky, salty salmon. Fantastic. Now let's move on. I love tarragon in the Prosecco. It gives a beautiful licorice fragrance, so why not pick that up in the dish? Shaved fennel, a little bit of pecorino cheese, which adds saltiness, and then we'll drizzle on just a little bit of olive oil and a little bit of finishing salt and some pepper. Delicious, delicate licorice flavor. The olive oil richness and the cheese richness coats your palate. Cut through all of that with the bubbles and the acidity in the Prosecco. And I even have dessert. A little bit of mint dropped into the glass and some fresh berries, of course, with a little bit of chopped mint. If it's berry season, you are in hog heaven with this match. Wow. The fresh flavors of the mint, the acidity in the wine, and the tanginess of the berries are a perfect match. When it comes to pairing Prosecco, you have so much to work with. Fantastic acidity and scrubbing bubbles. Those are a great contrast to anything that's fried or salty, rich or creamy or briny like fish dishes. But it's also a fresh, delicate flavor that doesn't overpower fresh ingredients. So when you want the food to shine, but you want a really festive wine to go with it, Prosecco is the perfect match. Enjoy.
Ladies, maybe you don't want the brew. Maybe you want the wine. No problem, we got you covered. It's a wine handbag. This is awesome. It is called Viama, and it's equivalent to 2 bottles of wine in a fashionable little tote you can take with you on the go. No more worrying about breaking bottles outside. And my favorite part about it, it comes in 5 different blends, but here's the awesome thing. It's got a little pour spout. Yeah. $15, people. Super cute, super amazing. How can you say no? All right.
From NBC News, this is Today with Matt Lauer and Savannah Guthrie. live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
This morning on today's Travel Must-Have Gadgets, we've got tech expert Katie Linendahl of TalkNerdyToMe.net has some items we should be packing. I love this stuff. And we've saved the best for last.
Save the best for last. Here's a glass.
Okay.
We actually have 2 more gadgets. This is ViamaWines.com. $15. This is the only way your dude is going to carry your purse. Look at this sucker.
Because it's got wine in it.
It's got 2 bottles of wine in here, plus a little spout, so you can pour it out really easily. But the awesome part about this is, once you've already opened the wine, it lasts for up to 5 weeks.
All right, Kathy Lee and Hoda live.
Be jealous.
And last but not least,
what's life without your little personal butler?
there you go.
It's an RC cooler.
That's like the best dinner ever.
That's a totally
really
Yeah, it really is.
So if you have, a little bit of that and then round it out with some charcuterie, this stuff lasts forever. These packages, I bought this one at Costco. It has over a year shelf life. Yes.
Wow.
Some people might say, is that good?
It is. It's big. Well, you know what? You're right. It's air sealed, and the idea behind it's aged meat anyway. So I think the idea is,
And it's one of those things that as long as you don't open it,
right,
it's fine.
That's the key. Don't open it, and that's kind of true for the cheeses too. When you have guests over, you don't want to give them a half-eaten slice of brie. Okay. So if you've been picking on it, then go ahead and don't put that out. But always reserve, at least 1 or 2 pieces in your crisper drawer, and it's an instant party. And what's easier than putting cheese on a plate?
You've also got a lot of these little jams and dips.
These are great. This is what makes you look spectacular when you pull something together in a few minutes. When you round out your cheese and your charcuterie platter with things like these fancy preserves that might have herbs in them, or these fruit pastes, which are actually available at all grocery stores, not just specialty markets, these pair really well with all different kinds of cheeses. And they come in everything from cherry to pear to quince paste and apricot. Inexpensive, and they last forever. Very good. Spicy mustard, great accompaniment to charcuterie.
Nice. Are we going to put together plates? Sorry.
Yeah.
Come over here. But what I love about this is the fact that if you travel, you can pick up a little something here.
It's crisp, it's light, it's perfect for summer. Again, you break it out and people say, what is that? So anytime you can incorporate cheese, wine, anything that's unusual.
Right.
So what I've done here is I basically got all the ingredients there, and it's just about presentation. Have some platters around your house. As soon as the guests get there, drop out some
Put
olives.
the olives in.
Oh, that was easy.
That was easy. Put some cheese down.
And this is very colorful. That's what I like about it too. It doesn't look boring.
Right, and you want to think about that when you're putting together and you're selecting your meats and your cheeses in addition to the different milks that they use. Think about how they'll look together when you put them together on a platter.
Look at this.
But
That's so easy.
I know, this looks like something out of a magazine. And Kimberly has got even more ideas for us on how to entertain when you're not expecting to be entertaining. Don't go away.
Happy Saturday, or whatever day you happen to be tuning in to Prosecco Week. We've been talking about the fantastically distinctive Italian bubbly all week long, and today's our Masterclass. So what better idea than to master making Prosecco cocktails? They're really hot on all the bar scenes now, and they're so much fun and so easy. I'm going to take you behind the bar at the Hotel Healdsburg in Sonoma County with Scott Beatty. He's a master mixologist and the author of Artisan Cocktails, so he's going to show us how a pro would make 2 great Prosecco cocktails. So what are you going to make?
Well, the most famous Prosecco drink of all is, of course, the Bellini.
So the Bellini Prosecco, and you're going to use the eel Prosecco, which is a little bit lighter bubble.
My take on the Bellini with this is just a white peach puree.
Yeah.
A little bit of lemon juice.
Yep.
And then Prosecco.
Check it out. Show me what to do.
The trick with making any sparkling drinks is you don't want to make it as you would traditional cocktails, which would be to take a mixing glass, add the liquid ingredients, add ice, shake it, dilute it a little bit, strain it out.
Right.
If you do that with a drink, with a sparkling wine drink,
you will have sparkling wine fountain.
This is true.
Right.
And you'll also be adding extra water to that drink.
Okay.
So when making any sparkling wine drink, I usually chill all of the ingredients beforehand. So this is chilled peach puree, chilled Prosecco.
Great.
Chilled lemon juice. Actually, do you want to hand me that lemon juice?
Got
right
it.
there? So we're going to make one for me and you. We're just going to do one, split it into two.
I get my own.
1.5 ounces of peach puree.
Great.
To 4.5 ounces of Prosecco.
Prosecco. For me, bubbly and especially Prosecco is all about a party. And this week we've talked about pairings with Prosecco that are great for parties. If you're going to have a party, definitely have lots of bottles of chilled Prosecco, but some cocktails are great because you get all that interaction, the fresh ingredients, and so little fresh squeezed lemon juice.
Just like a 1/4 ounce. Is
Never
all you really
from
need.
the bottle, always from
No, don't buy sweet and sour or
bad.
Bottled lemon juice. Bad. So I'm going to stir this gently. Obviously, if I went to town with it like this, it would just explode and it would ruin the fizz and it wouldn't be a very tasty drink. And then just split this up into 2 glasses.
That's beautiful. And that looks exactly as I remember it. So do we garnish this or do we just...
You could leave it as it is.
It's beautiful.
But we do have these marigold flowers here.
Marigolds, that's so cool.
So just a couple of these even smell good.
They've got a snappy fragrance to them that's a little citrusy, but also there's something else going on there too. A work of art. All right. Oh, that is gorgeous.
That works, huh?
Oh. And it's so nice because it's not overly sweet, and I could drink those all afternoon. Fantastic.
I'm going to be running the bar at the new H2 Hotel, which is opening up in Healdsburg around June 1st.
Awesome. So there's a link on my website for the book, and then they can come see you in person in Healdsburg at H2 at the Spoon Bar. All right, one down, one to go.
All right.
And this is going to be your personal creation, right?
Which you are naming.
All right. Well, I'll get a little inspiration from it once you show me what it is. Let's see.
One of my favorite things to do is to take like a fruit liqueur and then kind of mirror it with the matching eau de vie. So you could take Bar William with the pear. You could take framboise with the raspberry.
So the fruit spirit, the fruit liqueur with the Prosecco.
Yes. So this drink is kind of playing with that idea.
Okay.
We're actually going to use several different kinds of liqueur. This is one that a friend of mine, Adam Seeger, makes. It's a liqueur which has been stained with hibiscus flower, so it has this beautiful purplish red color. So there's just a touch of this. It's intense, almost like bitters.
So that's hum.
Exactly.
All right, so I'm taking a little inspiration from this.
A 1/4 ounce
or
so just a dab. And the color will definitely extend to the drink because it's so intense. We're also going to take a little bit of Saint Germain elderflower liqueur. This is from France.
All the famous fancy bartenders are into this one. I've seen this on some good lists.
Fantastic product, probably the sexiest bottle of anything you'll see on a back bar.
That's
Saint Germain.
awesome.
About just a 3/4 ounce. And then to add even more of a ginger-like flavor, we're also going to take some Domaine de Canton. Second sexiest bottle behind the bar.
I tell you.
And this is definitely perfumey.
Wow, so these are all really, as you say, perfumey, aromatic liqueurs.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
fantastic.
So this is kind of a concentrated blend of liqueurs here, but we're going to be thinning it out with that Prosecco.
Ooh, that smells so good. That
and again,
smells great.
Touch of lemon juice.
That is like almost the secret ingredient of a bartender, isn't it?
It really is, yeah. We're going to add about 4 to 5 ounces of Prosecco.
Perfect. I've got this one nailed.
Well, what's it called?
All right. Well, let me taste the drink first, just to make sure. Stir gently. No ice in there, just the chilled ingredients.
Everything is
nothing's
ice-cold.
getting diluted. Perfect.
Yep. It's got a nice color.
Beautiful. Oh.
We're going to make it prettier. These are bachelor buttons. These are fantastic in drinks.
Look at that.
You can just
they
take
look
them out
like little
this.
stars just floating on the surface.
We've also got some of those
little baby grapevine leaves.
So you can just float that in there.
That's unbelievable.
Pretty cool, huh?
All right.
If you don't like it, lie to me.
Oh, that's fantastic, though. Wow, that has a gorgeous spiciness to it, and all the ginger comes through. All right, so I got the name. Scott's Hum Ginger. Scott's, it's not Scott's Humdinger, it's Scott's Hum Ginger.
5. That's good. We'll take it.
Yes! All right, love it. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I won't be sharing. Prosecco cocktails from Scott Beatty. So when you want to optimize the freshness of the ingredients or the complexity, the acidity and the bubbles of Prosecco are perfect because they have freshness, but they don't take over and they don't break the bank. Cheers.